And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Thursday night edition of Biz Talks. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with Zija International, and I get to be the host tonight. So welcome to all of you. And I want to extend a very special welcome to those of you that have been invited as a guest to join us this evening, because that's really what this broadcast is for. Maybe it's been was a friend or a family member has been sharing with you some of the options available to you as an independent distributor with Zija. An opportunity to create some additional income. Maybe you're one of our customers and you've started to realize that this might be something you want to do. And so that's really what this evening's all about. A very warm welcome to all of you. What we're going to do tonight is I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to share a few of the things that somebody would want to look at if they were making a decision to be part of a home-based business opportunity, person-to-person marketing, network marketing, relationship marketing. There's a lot of terms that people use. Multi-level marketing is the one that I personally prefer because it more accurately describes what we do. But for a lot of people, most people really don't have a frame of reference, if you will, on the analysis of companies. I had the good fortune many years ago, we're talking 30 plus years ago, to leave my previous career as a cross-country truck driver to get involved in this type of home-based business. And I was very fortunate. I had an opportunity to work with people that were already million-dollar earners. I got to learn how to do this as a professional. And I was very successful at it in a relatively short period of time. When I was introduced to Zija International, I looked at the specific things that a professional would analyze a business, from that perspective. And so we want to share a few of those things with you. But most importantly tonight, I'm very excited. I'm going to have a couple of guests join me to share a little bit about their experience with Zija. I'm going to have one of our most recognized diamond leaders, Dee Dee. She's a stay-at-home mom. Homeschooling her children, has been able to replace her income as a corporate executive, a six-figure income prior to Zija. And then I'm also going to have Dr. Gayla Gates, a medical physician who's been able to find a path to providing health and wellness to her clients now as a Zija distributor, one of our rising stars. But let me start out with this concept first. For many people in today's economy, the opportunity to create, an additional income stream, something in addition to your job or your business, be able to create a secondary income stream, something that can become quite substantial over time, that has that opportunity to have both leverage, having many hours of productivity in your business for a small number of hours of your time, and then add to that the concept of residual income, being able to get paid over and over and over again for the efforts you put in today. For a lot of people, that's a very intriguing thing. I'll tell you right now, the backbone of Zija's distribution team are people that making that extra, $200 or $300 a week, $1,000 a month. What would an extra $10,000 or $15,000 a year mean to the average family? What would that mean to you? And for many, many people who have been willing to take a little time to build a business, follow our simple system, it's something that has become now a full-time business. And I want you to think about that for a minute. What would it be like to know that you could maintain your current level of income or increase it, but not have to go to work every day, but rather work from the comfort of your home, choose your hours? How about this one? Choose the people you get to work with. I mean, contrary to popular belief, I used to have a job, and while I tend to like a wide range of people, I'm not going to say I always liked everybody I had to work with. And here you have all of those benefits. For me right now today, I'm broadcasting from my home office. I have the good fortune of being able to care for my elderly mother. Literally, mom is, probably about, I'm going to guess, 12, 15 feet over there, just on the other side of that door. And to be able to build my business around my life, that's a very beautiful thing. And so when one looks at that kind of opportunity, here are three things that you want to be focused on when making a decision. to be involved with a company. Number one, look at the leadership of the company, because most people look at products, and I'm not saying products aren't important. Products are critical to long-term success. But the leadership of the company, that is more important, because you have to have that as the vehicle for the distribution of the products. When I was first introduced to Zija, frankly, the only reason I listened to the friend that called me about this company was he mentioned the name of the owner, Ken Brailsford. Now, you don't know Ken Brailsford's name probably, but you already know who he is. Ken Brailsford is known as the father of encapsulation. He's the first person that put medicinal herbs into the little gel caps that we're all familiar with today, to make it easy for the average person to consume the benefits of medicinal herbs. Ken created his very first company in the early 70s. It continues today, well over 40 years in business, literally billions of dollars in sales. Ken went on in the 80s to start his second company. That continues today, now over 30 years, again, billions of dollars in sales. Ken is the only person in the history of this profession of network marketing that has built two of the multi-decade, multi-billion-dollar companies. We arguably have the most experienced leadership in the company because of who Ken is. He has attracted some of the sharpest minds, both in business development, corporate leadership, product development. Our corporate team reads like a who's who of the network marketing industry. Number two, you want to look at products. Now, when I was first looking at Zija, I applied these same, three items that I applied to all companies that I had been introduced to for over a period of several years. Products, specifically, I look for products that were, number one, first to market. Being first people on the block with a product, there's a very powerful leverage and advantage you have there. I look for products that recognize needs. Okay, it's very, very positive to be able to share something with somebody that they already know they need. You don't have to convince them that they're in need of this. I look for products that were highly consumable. Ideally, something that people would use on a daily basis. They would reorder it on a monthly basis, because that kept the ongoing revenue stream through the distribution organization. But the most important issue in products was they had to really work. And see, this is key. So many companies out there have, flashy products that, quite frankly, unless somebody's involved in the business of marketing those products, they probably wouldn't be buying those products. For me, I was looking for products that people would buy and use because it made a meaningful difference in their life. They would use these products, they would purchase them on an ongoing basis, independent of whether or not they were involved in the business. Zija International is hands down a product-focused company. Science, technology, that underlies every single one of our product divisions. And when you put the numbers down, you'll start to see why Zija International has been so strong and so stable for, for the 12, 13 years we've been in business. Over 80% of the people that are in Zija are customers. They just use our products. And quite frankly, in the profession of person-to-person marketing, network marketing, that's an unheard of statistic. So I looked for corporate leadership. I looked for the right kinds of products. I also looked for timing. Now, when I was first introduced to Zija, it was a number of years ago, very small company, one product. Quite frankly, it was not a very good time to join Zija. There really wasn't much going on. Today, so many of us that have been with the company, who have helped develop the infrastructure, develop the distribution organization, we are so excited today because of the timing with our company. We have done something that has literally put us in, the top 1% of companies in this profession that have ever existed. We've exceeded 10 years in business. We have now cumulatively done over $1 billion in sales. But we've also done things that are unheard of for a company our size. We control 100% of the sourcing of our products. Many of our products, we actually own the plantations. We have teams that certify all raw materials that we bring into our factory manufacturing facility. We own our own pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. Today, we have literally tens of thousands of square feet of manufacturing, distribution, warehousing, Class A office space. Our company today, our infrastructure is 100% vertically integrated, and we could produce over $1 billion in annual sales of our products today. Yet we're just a small percentage of that in terms of our overall annual sales. And so that's the concept of timing, to be in before the massive growth. Add one more thing to this. We have just entered a new division, if you will, product division in the CBD oil market space. Now, many of you have been hearing the buzz behind CBD oils. I was actually quite surprised how many people have actually been using that type of product for many years. I believe it was Forbes magazine recently reported that the CBD oil market in the United States last year was $500 million, $500 million in the US market. But they're projecting that to grow to over $20 billion in sales in less than 3 years. To be at the forefront of that is an incredible opportunity. But add to that, Zija International, we are the only mainstream company producing a transdermal patch. There it is, a transdermal patch, a square that does 24-hour delivery of the CBD oils plus other essential oils that we've added to it. We are literally, in terms of product, science, the delivery system, we are heads above everybody else in a market that is going to grow to over $20 billion a year in less than 3 years. If we capture even a small percentage of that, our company will grow 10 and 20 times, and that's an exciting opportunity. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to invite my two guests over, give you a little heads up. I'm going to bring over Dee Dee and Dr. Gayla Gates. Let me see if I can do this here. Promote to panelists, and Dr. Gayla, I'm going to promote you to panelists. And as they're coming on to join us here, I'm going to do a quick little introduction. Dee Dee, good to see you. You're in the car here. Let me unmute you all here. And let's see. And Dr. Gates, good to see you. First, let me do my little introduction here. For those of you that aren't familiar, maybe some of our guests, Dee Dee Shaw is one of our most recognized distributors. She's a part-time distributor with us. She homeschools. I think you have, what, 7 or 8 kids at home right now, Dee Dee?
I have, there's 6 at home, but I have grandbabies that spend more time at my house than they do at theirs.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So between grandbabies and your own babies, you got a passel of them at home. She homeschools them. Zija is a part-time business that she's been able to create a full-time income with, and giving her the ability to be able to be at home and raise her children. Dr. Gayla was a medical physician. You have just recently hit the rank of silver, so already moving up, our executive ranks. And I asked the two ladies to join us because even though they're part-time, they were able, they and a couple of their team members were in the top 20 teams of our recent Sprint to Summer campaign. And for those of you that are guests, that doesn't mean anything to you other than these two are superstars. So excited to have you folks. What I'd like to do is maybe just take a moment, because I do have a few questions I want to ask you. Maybe you could, share your 30-second story just to kind of introduce yourself, why you got involved with Zija, what's happening with you. Dee Dee, I'll let you go first.
Okay, Fred. Thank you for having me. It's been so long, I almost am a little bit nervous tonight to do this. But it's been almost 10 years. September will be my 10-year anniversary. So I was not long behind you. We had maybe 2 products when I first joined. They had just introduced the Smart Mix instead of the can. And not long after that, we introduced the weight management system and just had amazing results with the product. But I was really looking for a business when I came to Zija. And the things that you pointed out were the things that I was looking for. I wanted to not have to go back to work. I wanted to be able to stay home with my kids. I wanted something that was flexible, because when you have kids, you have to be flexible. And I wanted something that would contribute significantly to the family income, not just a little bit, but enough that it would let us continue to live the lifestyle that we had lived before. And, you know, when I got started with Zija, we were hurting financially. I plugged into the system. I didn't even know what I was plugging into, to be honest. I just knew that I had to build a business and I had to build it fast. So I did what I was told to do. You know, I reached out to people. I shared with them the product. I shared with them the business opportunity. I made a check over $500 my first full week in the business, and I haven't missed a paycheck since. And if I've told you I was doing 40 hours a week, that would not necessarily mean anything. But like you, I've had to take some time off. For the past couple of years, I've been almost in full retirement. Aside from social media and what I get to do in my private time in the evenings, I really wasn't working the business. And yet it continued to pay the bills. I was continuing to get a check every week, even though I wasn't working. And the power of residual income is something you won't find in any other industry. It's just been something that's been very life-changing for our family.
Well, Dee Dee, you've been an inspiration to so many people, stay-at-home moms, single moms, wondering if they can do this around, you know, work and school and kids and everything, and appreciate everything you've done for your team and all of Zija. And Dr. Gayla, I always get so excited when I see you. You just like warm up the room the minute I see your smile. Maybe you could share your, brief story, because I do have a few questions I want to ask each one of you.
Sure. Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine, my dear.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. I'm so excited to be here tonight. With me, it was the product that really got me involved in Zija. And like I tell everybody, it's been about 4 years now almost, and I feel like Zija found me. I didn't even know I was looking for it. But what happened to me was I was a very hardworking physician and working several hours, even on a part-time schedule. I was probably pulling close to 40 hours, working about 3 to 4 days a week. And I found myself to be just really frustrated, overwhelmed, and fat. I had gained all this weight from stress and whatever else. But I was also in the process of taking care of my mother, who had just been recently diagnosed with small cell lung cancer, which is a very, very lethal type of cancer. And she, when she got diagnosed, she was gone within 10 months. So I knew at that point it was time for me to make a change. And that's really how I found Zija. I had gotten involved with essential oils, and I always had an entrepreneurial spirit too, but I just didn't know where to start. And I knew that shoving people in the office back and forth every 15 minutes is not what I wanted to do in my career. And the day that I had to write 125 prescription refills, which was mostly narcotics and controlled substances, I said, I've had it. I can't do this anymore. This is not real health. So to take care of myself, I used the products. And then I also wanted to inspire others, because unlike a lot of people that really are not really understanding why a lot of us doctors go into medicine, I went into it really just to help people feel better and to heal, and we weren't doing a lot of that. So Zija has given me the opportunity not only to take care of myself, but to really fulfill my role as a healer, and why I was really sent to do this work. So I'm honored to be here.
Dr. Gates, I got to tell you, we are honored to have you, to have people with your professional background, recognizing that the path to health and wellness isn't always, by taking a pill, right? That there are other ways to help people. And I have to tell you, from the day when I first met you until today, the two things that are obvious is you're half the woman you were then. But seriously, you look good, and you look so much alive, that you actually have a positive outlook on life. Now, what I want to do, and I got about 5 minutes to work with right now, I want to give, in particular, those people that have been invited as guests, some idea of what you do on a day-to-day basis, and in particular, what was it that you and I believe you had like 2 or 3 other people on your team that put you in the top 20 producers in our 30-day contest. And that was out of 400 teams, I believe. You guys were in the top 20, and I know that you weren't putting in, 18-hour days doing it. So give us an idea of a couple of things that you would suggest a brand new person do, because what you were doing was exactly what we do. Share our product, share our income opportunity. Tell us a little bit about, and you guys decide for yourself who goes first.
Dee Dee, you can go first.
Okay. Well, I think first and foremost, we had fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're not having fun, you need to find something else to do. But we had fun, and I think having the CBD patches was something that gave us the opportunity to reach back out to a lot of people that we had talked to before. So that was one thing that we were able to do. It's so simple and so easy to wear the square and share the square. And I know that for me, that was one of the big things that I was doing. I was just sharing stories of hope, and helping people to be able to find answers for themselves, to be able to not have to have those narcotics and those other things that they were really trying to walk away from. And that's sharing hope and having fun. I would say that was what the thing that we were doing the most. What would you say, Gayla?
I would agree. And then having the opportunity to reach back to people that may be able to try something new that they, had already been a part of our team, already been a part of Zija Nation, but they wanted, to take it another level and add to their nutrition. So I did a lot of calls from previous customers, but I like incentives. And I got excited, guys, about this Arizona trip that they put out for us. I got excited about it because I love winning things. So I think that initiative really sparked my interest. And I said, oh man, I can go on a vacation for free. And then it's interesting because it was the same weekend as my birthday. So I felt like it was time to really put that pedal to the metal, even though I was working hard anyway. It's even more fun when you can make it a tiny little competition and have a good time with it. So.
Did you hear that, Dee Dee? It sounds like we're going to have a birthday party in Arizona in October.
Absolutely.
Now, you hit on something, Gayla, that really kind of rang a bell with me, because when I first started with the company, we had our original moringa drink. And we've expanded now just not into additional products in that area, but to many product divisions. For instance, our core nutritionals, we've expanded just not only from our moringa Ferra drink, we went into healthy weight management. I know both of you have had great product results there. I personally have lost 40 pounds using our weight management system and been able to keep it off for several years and pretty much eat whatever I want. A lot of the stuff I used to eat, I really don't want to eat anymore. And I think one of the things that's happened, you both experienced this, is what we are as Zija distributors becomes very attractive. I mean, I'm going to be 65 here in a few weeks, and I got to tell you, I don't know what 65 looks like or feels like, but I'm pretty sure it's not me. Tell me a little bit about some of the product divisions. Tell me a little bit about the product divisions that each one of you are starting to focus on.
I think for me, go ahead, Dee Dee. You can go ahead, hon.
You're fine.
So for us, it's the CBD patches. I think we both will agree that that's the thing for both of us here to focus on, because it's so amazing when you add this to our super mix, so our moringa, it really just supercharges the body, and you get a chance to really make a bigger difference, a bigger impact 2 different ways. And some of the folks that maybe weren't using the super mix regularly, they can piggyback with the patch. And then summertime's coming up, so I will definitely be using the hydrate and the rip sticks and all of those electrolytes, replacement drinks, because we'll be out doing a lot of activity in the summer. So I think those are the top 2 for me right now.
Excellent. Dee Dee?
I would have to agree. The square is just so easy to be able to share with people the opportunity to get the full effect of CBD, right? Because orally they're only getting 6 to 8%. I did the math. It takes 92 drops of CBD oil in your mouth to equal what's in one square. Wow. And, you know, so there's a lot of people out there that are already using CBD, and maybe they're getting results and maybe they haven't gotten results, and now they have the opportunity to try it for themselves. And it's easy. They don't have to mix it up. They don't have to drink it. They don't have to do anything but just stick it on. And it gives us an opportunity to open the door. And when people start feeling better, then you can say, you don't even know what feeling better feels like. Just like they don't know. You don't know what I don't know what 52 feels like. I don't care to know what 52 feels like. I just know what a Zijified body feels like. And I tell people we're unaging. And so you're right. People see us. They see our glow. They see our happiness. We're having fun. I want what you have. And I really think that we're able to open doors that we never were able to open before.
Well, ladies, I wish I had a lot more time to spend with you, because we could spend a lot of time talking about the different product divisions, what you're doing to build your business, but we'll have you both back on another time. Thanks so much for sharing your stories with us, and congratulations again on your success in the Sprint to Summer Challenge. We'll be talking soon. Take care.
Thanks,
I'll let the ladies go back to the other side here. And there we go. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there's never enough time on these broadcasts to do everything we want to. But for those of you that are invited guests, I want to share this with you, because it's important that you get the information that you're interested in. We can only provide so much during this time frame. We have, for those of you that are interested in delving into the products, we've got 4 separate product divisions, our healthy nutritionals, healthy weight management. We've got the only clinical grade essential oil line available to the consumer in the market space today. We've got the healthiest, most natural sports nutrition line available. I personally have been using our sports nutrition line for several years, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's guys 20 years my junior that cannot keep up with me in the gym. We've got a complete line of personal and home care products, all the things that people are purchasing anyway, but wishing they could find something that was clean, green, shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, all the things that people are aware of have so many chemicals in them, and they're looking for competitively priced alternatives. So I want to do a couple things. First of all, I want to give you an opportunity to get more additional information that you might be interested in. The person that asked you to be part of this broadcast, or they directed you maybe to the YouTube channel for the recording, they'll get you some additional information. Wednesday evenings, one of our team members, Pat Anderson, hosts a webinar that is specifically focused on the products. You can access that. It's Wednesday evening, 9:30 Eastern time. You can access that through the website clubmoringa.com. Club, C-L-U-B, Moringa, M-O-R-I-N-G-A.com. Obviously, we continue to provide ongoing business-focused presentations on Thursday night. Now, some of you may have already been using our products and you're ready to get started. You recognize the value of being in at the beginning of a massive business growth curve. And for those of you that are ready to get started with us, I want to extend a special invitation to you on Saturday morning. This coming Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing a new distributor training with the focus directly on what would a brand new distributor want to do today to get into profitability immediately and start to build a long-term residual income. So I invite you to come back for that as well. With that, special shout out one more time to Dee Dee, Shaw, and Dr. Gayla Gates for joining us. Always appreciate having you ladies on the broadcast. Y'all make me look real good. So thanks for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you. Bye-bye.